Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so let's talk about transmutation. So have you ever heard about how they talk about empaths, how they will take something that was bad, someone hurt them, attacked them, or just did something wrong, and they will literally transmute that energy into something very positive. They'll build something with it. Another word for it is alchemy. So essentially what we do is, and I'm going to give you some real life examples, because when I first heard this, I thought, what are you talking about? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. You know, a long time ago, many years ago, and I've heard it quite a bit in, like, personal development seminars, NLP seminars, was that, an alchemist. An alchemist is someone who can turn, I think it was like regular metal into gold. And so I was like, what do you mean? Like how do you do that? Well, apparently there is a way to scientifically do it, but it costs so much money to do it. Actually, it costs more than the actual gold itself. But the idea of it is symbolic of what you have been doing with your life, probably your whole life, especially if you're an empath or light worker, or anyone like that at all. Now, a lot of narcissist videos will talk about how empaths they'll transmute that energy, or they'll take that toxic energy and they'll turn it into something positive, and they'll build something with that. Well, for a couple of years, I would hear this once in a while, listening to people's videos and stuff. And I'm like, what are they talking about? I didn't understand it, and because of that, I didn't really believe it. And then I think I was making a video for you guys about my past and what an ex had done to me and some stuff like that. And I don't remember what it was, but it dawned on me that I did that exact same thing because of the pain and the toxicity of what had happened to me. I'll give you an example. So we were young. We were in college. I was probably about 22 or something like that. I don't remember exactly how old. And her and her friends, we all went to the city, San Francisco. Okay, I used to live about an hour away. Now I live about 10 minutes away. Actually, it's probably an hour and 15 minutes. So it was one of the first time I've ever been to a club in the city, and it was intimidating, to be honest with you. I was the only guy with a bunch of petite little Asian, girls or young women, and they kind of like took off and scattered, and kind of left me in this room full of people, and I was kind of like, didn't know what to do. I wasn't a club guy back then. And so I remember she had just walked up to me later on, and she said, "You've got no game." I'm like, "What does that mean?" I didn't even know what that phrase meant. She's, "Oh, you don't know how to pick up on women." And I was like, okay. So what I realized was she was trying to shame me and humiliate me. Well, she's a narcissist for sure. I didn't know it at the time. But as I learned about narcissist abuse and became very clear what it was, as I flashed back, I was like, oh my God, she was doing all of this stuff, the love bombing, the hoovering, leaving, coming back, like just every step in between. And so she did a lot of shaming and humiliating. Now, one thing narcissists will do is they'll take you into an environment where they don't want to see you succeed, and they'll shame you and publicly humiliate the crap out of you, and they will get their narcissistic friends or flying monkeys to join in on it. In fact, they will verbally discuss this. So if they want you to fail in business, they'll shame you in a business environment, where you work or where, whatever. So with her, it was she wanted to humiliate me and shame me in clubs. So they would take me to club, they shame me, humiliate me, embarrass me. And so at the time, I just couldn't understand, and I was like, why are you so mean? And they would laugh, and I don't understand, and it was just, but that's a narcissistic thing. They're just evil, demonic beings, period. If I were to ever see her now, I would not talk to her. And if she tried to approach me, I would literally cuss her out. I would not care. I would show no mercy. And I would show zero mercy to anyone trying to defend her. The reason why I say that is because right now, as I'm talking, about what had happened, like they knew exactly what they were doing, and they also knew that I had no clue. And that's exactly what narcissists do. They're doing something that the average person, like in a million years, you wouldn't even think of doing something like that. So you wouldn't imagine that they purposely did this. So eventually we break up. My heart's broken and I'm, in shambles and stuff. And so I was always into love. It's just a really big thing with me. So what did I turn around and do without even really realizing what I was doing? It was almost, you know what it was? I think it just stuck in my head when she said, you have no game. Like you don't know how to pick up on girls. And so I turned around and started a dating and relationship coaching business. Now, I don't think it was a conscious thing of, I'm trying to, it was more like, wow, she's right. I'm not very good at that, so I wanted to learn. And I remember saying, because of all my NLP training and certifications and understanding how to learn and develop stuff, I thought, why not make money doing what I love? So right now, this is an important thing in my life, so why not make money doing this? And I immediately started putting out flyers for the deep love strategy. The communication models were taught. I mean, it was just like an instant thing because there's a series of things that you learn that directly apply to relationships, communication, dating, etc. I put flyers around at all the colleges from Sacramento State to UC Davis to Solano Junior Colleges, SF State to University of San Francisco. I mean, I just went all to Hayward, like everywhere. Bam, all of a sudden I've got clients. I got people coming in from Berkeley, from San Francisco, from Sacramento, from San Rafael, like everywhere, like all over the Bay Area. People were driving in to see me to learn. This is me with a couple of young ladies I met and then became friends with the bartenders and stuff. Generally, I'm not a bar kind of guy, but this was a lounge. It was classier, it was better, etc. It was a good time back then. And before this, I was struggling to be a life coach. I didn't know what I knew what I was doing technique-wise. I knew how to help people, but marketing-wise, I didn't know, how do you get clients? How do you get the phone to ring? So literally within 2 years, I'm going to clubs. I'm showing guys how to meet women, how to pick up on women. I'm saving marriages. I'm teaching married men how to communicate better, how to connect on a deeper, more mentally stimulating, emotionally fulfilling level. All this stuff. And next thing you know, I'm getting flown to Kansas. I'm getting flown to Washington, D.C. I'm getting flown all over the place. And I'm doing trainings and workshops. And I'm doing trainings and workshops here in the Bay Area. I was also doing workshops through a magazine called The Learning Index, which was really big in the 90s and early 2000s out here. I think in the California area. I'm not sure if it was in other states, but I was just doing trainings everywhere, and it became a really cool thing. Now, here's the funny thing. For the 5-day training, I think I was charging like $1,800 or $2,200. And all of my clients, even the ones with regular jobs, like, man, you don't charge enough. You don't charge. And they kept saying that. So I kept bumping the price up. Next thing you know, I'm charging $5,000 for a 5-day training. And I'm making more money than I've ever made in my life. And I'm dating some of the cutest girls in the world. This is Tanya and this is Paul. I'm actually still in touch with Tanya and Paul a little bit on Facebook. Now, at the time, my ex never crossed my mind for years and years. You want to know when it dawned on me? It was about 5 years ago when I was watching YouTube videos, how they kept saying, oh, you transmute their toxicity and all the negative stuff they throw at you into something positive. You'll build a business on it. You'll do this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I went, oh, that's exactly what I did. Now here's the funny thing. You know how you hear that how narcissists will like, they'll spy on you through social media, like they'll make fake accounts and stuff. Well, so here I paid someone $2,000 to make me a website. And back then that was a lot of money. Like that was a ton of money for a website. So I have this great website made, all these professional pictures, all these images and going to clubs. It just dawned on me, my ex-girlfriend was probably following me, watching all of this stuff, and realizing like, oh shit, It must have completely destroyed her. And the funny thing is, I never once thought about it. That was zero motivation. Now, here's another one. This channel turned or switched from a dating relationship coaching business to a narcissist business. Why? Because of what a narcissist and his group of freaking flying monkeys put me through. I mean, it was like being on like a sailboat or ship and just going from stern to starboard. Like, I just flipped that boat around and I just went full on narcissist abuse. Now, if you had gone back far enough to watch my dating relationship coaching videos, there was a complete, like a flash of lightning, a complete shift. I dropped all the dating relationship stuff and I went full blast narcissist abuse videos, and all of a sudden I'm making all this money again. So I built this business on that. And here's the funny thing, my YouTube channel took off. It went from 595 subscribers going all the way back to 2009, and in 1 year it more than doubled, and then with 4 years now we're at 4,000, I don't know how many subscribers. And now my channel's monetized and all that stuff. And I remember there was a day when he just smirked and kind of laughed at me. Oh, you've only got 500 some subscribers. And the thing again, it wasn't anything to do with revenge. It was like I was upset. When you first learn about narcissist abuse, you want to do something about it, and I just dove into it. And it never dawned on me. He probably went, oh, damn, what the hell's going on here? Because my channel just went up and up and up and up. And I was so happy. I was like, the first 3 years, I was just through the roof. Now, here's the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of you probably don't realize that you do transmute stuff. You are an alchemist. I remember at a 5-week NLP training, they were telling me that, like, Michael, you're an alchemist. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I just thought it was a weird concept, and nobody really gave me an example. Like, what do you mean? Now, here's something that I realized as I look back. Now, this has even happened in the last year or two. A couple times in the last year, 2 years, twice actually, 2 really big ones. When people hurt me, when I get attacked, when I am under fire, when I get really, really hurt, upset, or angry, holy shit. Excuse my language, but I don't know a better way to express it. It's like I transmute the shit out of things. I mean, I will take a situation and flip it upside down. I will pray. I will manifest in a way you can't even imagine. The worst thing you can do is upset me, hurt me emotionally, or really get me angry, because my energy goes into spirituality, and all of a sudden, those people's lives are turned upside down. Another thing I noticed is that I can manifest things for me, such as a new car, or computer, or money, or clients. Like, something just clicks in for me. You know, I know what it is. It's the focus, the energy, the adrenaline just goes completely focused into visualization, prayer, there's no second guessing or questioning or doubting. There's just anger, there's just hurt, and you're pouring it into this, and that is transmuting toxic energy. This is Jimmy, he's a bartender at the Matrix, or was, and this is Neil Strauss. He was a writer for the Rolling Stones, and then he wrote his own book on the pickup in the game. You know, it's funny, this guy's been in all like Motley Crue, all these big rock bands and stuff that I used to go to concerts, and here I am rubbing shoulders with a guy. He invited me up on stage to speak about NLP and communication and stuff. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, you guys may not realize, but you do transmute negative energy into extremely positive things that grow. And that's why this is a return to power. I have a really, really good feeling about this year. It's happening right now already. I wouldn't be surprised if your Christmas ended up being a lot better than you thought or imagined. You know, one thing I learned about probably 15, 20 plus years ago is I realized how to explain this? I noticed that whenever I was really hurt, really, really stressed out, or financially like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I'd pray and pray. Boom, the money would come every single time. That's transmutation. What I learned is the best time to pray for something, the best time to visualize having it is when you are stressed out of your mind. All it is energy. You are literally taking that energy and turning it in a different direction. It's like a car going 100 miles down the road. You just turned it in the direction you wanted to take it. Sorry, I meant 100 miles per hour down the road. See, here's the deal. It's just energy. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. Emotions are the energy to create. Then all you do, you take that emotion and you visualize, you imagine having whatever it is that you want. You need $10,000, imagine having it, it happens. Without the energy, you're not going to get it. See, that's the whole thing about manifesting is there is emotions. Emotions, lots of emotion is what creates. See, this is why the Bible said, in fact, I just saw this on Facebook today. It was some passage that said something to the effect of, rejoice when you are in your struggle. Rejoice when you are suffering. This is a gift or this is a blessing. And I don't remember what verse it was. But as I'm saying this right now, this is why. Because those emotions, that hurt, that fear, that pain, gives you the gasoline, gives you the fuel, the emotion to create. See, it doesn't have to be negative emotions. It could be positive. It doesn't matter which one it is. The more emotion, the faster you receive it, the faster it manifests into reality, into this 3D reality. Imagine having something right now. We have a good vibe going on right here. There's a lot of emotion in this video. Do it. Sit down, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine having it. Just imagine having whatever it is you desire. That's it, guys. God bless you. If you want to support this channel, buy one of my dating relationship books. Remember, everything is on sale right now. Use the code Return to Power. One word. My coaching is discounted in a big way this month till the 31st. And that's it. Click subscribe, click the like button. And if you want, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. God bless you guys and Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the next video.